he says that do we have problems? Yes, we do. Death penalty is a problem, but the drug trafficking is also a problem. When you talk about death penalty, do you also consider that Iran actually in some years seizes more than 90% of the opiates in the world? Do you also consider that we have we have offered 4,000 people in fighting drug trafficking? So that's the main let's say, justification for the high number of executions. So what happens? According to the Iranian law, a person with possession or carrying of more than 30 grams of certain narcotics, like methamphetamine and heroin, they can be sentenced to death. Let's say the systematic way, the way it happens is that when the person is arrested, they are kept at the detention centers for combating drug trafficking. Normally, they are subjected to torture until they come with a confession, when they confess to the charge. After that, they are tried by the revolution courts behind the closed doors. And at that stage, when they already have confessed, there is not so much a lawyer can do. Some of these people have actually met their lawyer maybe short time before the trial. Some of them have never seen the lawyer. But the lawyers, basically, when the case has come that far, they cannot do so much. Who are these people? These people belong normally to the marginalized part of the society. So we have some people who are in, let's say, border areas in the province of Balochistan or Kurdistan, and who actually do their living by carrying smuggled items. This could be drug, this could be other items. And then there are also people inside Iran, mainly those who are arrested. They are carriers again, who get small sum of money to carry something from a point to another point. But you know, our problem is that due to lack of transparency, we don't know names of more than 70% of these people who are executed. We don't know what they have done. We don't know whether they have access to lawyer. But since they belong to the marginalized part of the society, we assume that many of them probably don't have the resources to, you know, have a proper lawyer either. Last year we had 638 confirmed executions for drug charges. In the last 5 years, close to 2,700 people have been executed. And there are like thousands of death row prisoners in different Iranian prisons. So now recently, let's say since December 2004, there have been a new rhetoric. You know, we hear a new rhetoric, especially from the part of the Iranian judiciary, when they have actually admitted that that executions haven't solved the drug issue in Iran. They have several high-ranking officials who have said that despite executions of several hundred people every year, drug trafficking is increasing, addiction is increasing. There are numbers showing that death as a result of overdoses has been increasing among women. Younger and younger people become drug addicts. So it's a huge problem, and despite so many years of practicing death penalty for drug charges, it hasn't been effective. So there is a dialogue going on within the Iranian society, despite the fact that this dialogue started in 2014. Again, 2015 was the worst year in, let's say, since early 90s. And I think this gives us the reason to think that, okay, is this rhetoric just for, let's say, international use, Is it to make international community happy, or is there a real political will to change the law? And that's what we are hoping, but we have our reasons to be skeptical. So that's why we have, urged European countries who have very good relations with Iran, especially after Mr. Rouhani became president, to ask for a moratorium for drug executions, at least until the discussion of new legislation have come to a conclusion, which so that's basically what we are hoping for. Beside the high numbers, lack of due process is a huge problem that I don't think even because there is a law that has been proposed signed by 70 members of the parliament, but this law says that mandatory death penalty should be removed for non-violent drug offenses. However, Iranian authorities, they claim that most of those executed have been involved in armed smuggling. The people we have talked about, they denied, death row prisoners, and so due to lack of transparency, we don't know what is the truth. So even this change of law wouldn't solve so much problem unless we do something with the due process that you mentioned. So I think I stop here and then we can continue.